All right, good morning, Nerfers. As you can clearly see, we did not beat the sun. We are running about 10 minutes behind the schedule that I want to be on, which is still an hour before the schedule for everybody else. Check out that merch, link in description box. How hot is that? So for the first time in a long time, I'm not wearing my jersey to an actual meet and greet / thing where I'll be networking with companies and stuff, because as good as the jersey looks, my jersey is worn out. So instead we're wearing our own merch and it looks good. I'm pretty thrilled by it. So I'm thrilled that hilariously Greg is doing an awesome job of getting up and being ready and productive early in the morning, and so is EOC. So I think the Drac Thalassa is finishing up makeup, which who knows how long that'll take, and then we will be able to roll out. Do I seem stressed to you guys? I'm not stressed. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. So, this is it. As promised, it no longer looks like an award ceremony. However, the incredibly nice, by the way, they let me park my car outside while we unloaded stuff, and 3D printed solid is here so early it's not even funny, which makes me thrilled. What a guy. I just noticed that they've put tables out in the center, so I don't think that they I think that they want to do aisles or something for vendors. And I'm really glad this is the absolute reason that I had to show up early, is so that I could move things around and make sure that our seating chart, so to speak, is good, so that nobody's feelings get hurt. Alrighty, I am going to start moving these tables around, and hopefully before people start showing up, everything's gonna be hey-okay. Okay guys, so DartCon is in full swing. I'm very, very excited. I want to show you, my booth looks great. You can see the lovely Miss here is handling our fun random giveaways. We have something new and something old here. Both of the bandanas are on display. Everybody's picking up their bandana. I want to give another quick shout out to Headshot Ammo. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful rainbow of support. Means a ton to me. I've already plugged the merch, so that's good to go. Let's see. The only other thing that I want to talk to you about is, you might have noticed it. I've definitely noticed it. There's been a comment on every single one of my videos. Every one of them. For the last probably 3 months, from some username, I think it's Casey's Comics. It's Casey's Comics. And I finally found him, and this is Casey. And Casey brought a Stampede for me to sign, and he is just the biggest fan. It was so incredible. What a great recharge to meet him. But Casey is also a jerk, because a few people have brought me gifts from where they're from, and that means an absolute ton to me. I've gotten candy from Canada and chips from in Texas and all sorts of fun stuff. And Casey was like, "Oh, I brought a gift for you," and I was like, "That's awesome, thank you so much." Casey brought me kiwis. Ah.
Eat them all right now.
It is 4 kiwis. I think 4 is a tolerable amount. I'm barely getting to enjoy my own party, guys. It's like your bar mitzvah or whatever it is, where you at the end of it are just or a wedding, I guess, where it's you work so very hard to put something on, and then by the time it's all said and done and it's over and everything's gone and happened, you're like, wait, what? And that's kind of how I feel. So we're getting close to the end of it. There's an hour left. Everybody came, a lot of incredible people, and I'd like to I'd like to walk you through and show you literally everything, or at least as best I'm able, which is very exciting. So this is Blono Nerf, or my man Fowla over here. He's giving away free rival rounds, and they're colorized so that you get special prizes if you get colored rounds.
Get a blue one, get a prize.
I mean, his work is awesome, guys. I gotta pick up one of these Captain America blasters, even though I'm more of a start guy, but these look cool. I think they're on Amazon. I'm pretty sure it's not even gonna be difficult. Yep. I mean, his setup is sweet. He's doing it for charity. What a great guy. How do you beat that? As we come through, we have the remnants of Naptown Nerf with the lovely Jillian Godwin. I can't find Zach anywhere, but I can find Zach's work for you. So, this is his ex Zeus, which frankly is a contest winner, although unpaid. Da-na-na-na-na. Anyway, then he's got his awesome vintage integration. You guys should have seen this at some point. This is a Thunderbow Strife, then a Funkadelic Joker thing, then a big shot that's been brassed. I just love his setup. The metal, I don't even know what you call that, is really, really cool. This is big game for me. Joe brought her hoodie. I also brought my hoodie, but I didn't bring him to the event itself. Zach's work keeps getting better. Psych would love this. Really cool stuff. And then I don't know, maybe it's right.
That's a voltmeter.
Darn, where is it? How Sith is that, guys? Did you see that lightsaber turn on? This video is gonna be long. All right, so moving along, we have my boy Vlad, except Vlad isn't here, so we get Alyssa instead. They are both in Team Rocket gear, it's Jesse. Another Jesse, because Vlad has really long hair. So they have Rocket Chaos Seas, and then they are auctioning off the Kepler, which I intend to make a video about eventually. There he is, there's my boy. My boy Vlad Nerf on YouTube. There we go, got the plug. As we come through, you know that there's only one person crazy enough to bring hundreds of blasters to a convention like this. He's run contests, he's got Gondor horns. I'm starting to
film on the horn?
You want a handful of ducks? I got a handful of ducks.
A handful of ducks. This is Jay Nerf.
What's up? I got a handful of ducks right here.
He's trying to be so Italian. And they're trying to
try. I am.
He's very Italian.
I'm very
Jay
Italian.
is one of those people who's short of stature but large of character and
volume.
Frankly, you're really strong. I think you're stronger than the last time I saw you.
Thank you.
If you're gonna be short, you gotta be tough, right?
Yeah, you gotta compensate.
Can you touch your elbows together anymore? All right. He's literally a monster. He's got those Nerfomania arms. He's a beast. Rob's booth is insane, guys. I want you guys to get a full taste of this. Rob, have you had a good event?
I've had a wonderful time. Normally I do Troll and Tony side quest out in the field. I kind of make stuff up. I'm the weird guy in Borderlands that says, hey, do dumb stuff. But my attentions have been all at the vendors today. One of my favorite ones was a game called Out of Ducks. I had 20 or 30 rubber duckies. I've never met Luke from Out of Ducks in person. And basically, everyone who walked by said, hey, go play Out of Ducks. And they were supposed to take one of my ducks and leave it on his desk. Went around there, and now he's just like 20.
So Luke has no idea why there's all these ducks on his booth. He's just like, he's mentioned it a couple of times. He's like, where do these ducks keep coming from? And I hope nobody's told him yet. I wanted the end of this him to be like,
we're taking them back right now.
Oh, you're just removing them slowly. That's awesome. So as we come through, I don't want to take up too much time because it looks like you guys are working, but I mean, like, you know who it is. This is my man, Evan B.
What's up, Drac?
Which means that Evan is rocking the Hooligan Blaster Company. He's got all the swag. These t-shirts look sick. I mean, these are really good. It's almost like an artist designed the t-shirts or something.
Can I ask you, Drac, which design do you like better? Do you like this one? Or do you like the tattoo one better?
Okay, so I mean, here's where I stand on that, and it's complicated. I'm Greek.
Yeah?
And you wouldn't put the laurel on here.
Yeah?
And so I love this. It's a little like Olympian, it's a little like kind of fraternity-esque, but I mean, it's your company.
Chappie, I'm winning. My design's
No,
winning.
no, I'm not done. It's your company. And if you guys haven't noticed, Evan's inked all over. In fact, I think you've run out of space on this canvas.
Pretty
almost.
close.
Evan's an incredible tattoo artist. He owns his own studio. He works very, very hard. So honestly, if I had to choose, while I personally prefer this one better, if I had to wear one, I want the one that looks like Evan designed it. Like,
You want to know the beauty part of it?
did you guys design it?
I designed them both. It doesn't matter who wins, I win.
Anyway, so I want to talk to you briefly about Evan B's things. So Evan brought a ton of the flywheels. You've seen these on my videos. These are great flywheels. They're Delrin lathes. They're made in America. They've got a great tight fit. I'm a big believer in them. The really cool thing is, and we'll get to them eventually, there's an open flywheel project, which is basically they're designing a flywheel cage that everybody gets to adapt and model, but they've gotten to a revision that's pretty good. And I think that Chappie's the driving force behind this, yeah?
The cage?
Yeah.
This is a labor of love from everybody. involved.
Everybody.
The Open
Anyway,
Flywheel
I mean-
Project guys, me, Chappie,
Wow.
Anthony. This is like a culmination of like 6 months of work.
Insane. So, these are aluminum flywheel cages. Yes, the only other person doing this is Artifact and Snickers, but haven't heard from Snickers in about a year now. Bobo hasn't heard from him in 9 months. And these are hot. Like, I look forward to testing one because I think that these are gonna be incredible. Like, if they're mated to the wheels, that's exactly what Snickers does well. Look who showed up! Look who's here! Oh my goodness! It's my man Aaron Esser. Sporting that merch. That merch is so hot.
Body by Nerf. I had to wear it for today.
Dude,
Perfect.
thank you so much for being here. How was your drive?
It was rainy.
Rainy. It was
5
a little
hours
wet.
of rain, on and off.
Awesome stuff. So that's pretty much everything from Evan B of Hooligan. We finally caught Evan, but I literally just started this video. It's gonna be
Did you
40
really?
minutes long. I've done this row. That's it.
Very nice.
I'm so glad you're here, man. Thank you.
Dude,
for
it's good to
being
be here.
Awesome stuff. This is Clowny. Some of you may know him, some of you may not. He does have a YouTube channel. He comes to APOC frequently. He's a Northeast Nerfer. It's a small channel. Chappie's really special to me because he's sent in fan art in the past, and he's doing this art down here, you see. And the really cool thing about the art that he's doing is that he's made 2 things. This is, of course, Endwar fan art. Everybody who's anybody, and some people who aren't have signed the frame. It's very subtle there, and I have to wait for it to focus. And the cool thing is, Clowny, tell me what you're doing with the money.
We are putting it into suicide text hotline. I think I get that right. I keep getting it wrong. Crisis National Text Line.
He's
It's basically help people against.
He made this.
Suicide.
Yeah. He made this art. He's selling tickets for $1. He's taking all of that money and he's donating it to a suicide prevention charity of some variety that I don't fully understand. Gosh darn it, Bobo. What clever marketing. So I just wanted to touch on that briefly. I'm trying to touch on everybody's booth, but my favorite thing about Clowny is what an incredibly good dude he is. Like, come on, you came to an event, you framed your art, you made your art, and you decided, you know what, I could make money or I could do something great, and you chose to do the right thing, and that's just awesome. Like,
I got enough money to get gas to get home already.
there you go, that's all you need, right guys?
Oh, it's still bigger.
Pennsylvania. One state over.
What a great guy. So, let's move on. All right, moving on. We're incredibly lucky. We have 3 full tables of 3D printed solid stuff. You guys have seen this. I use it on my personal Alpha Trooper. We've got everything from like the Zergenbrecher style stocks, which I always mispronounce. But what's really neat is that if I come over here, I'm gonna have to switch hands, guys. We're gonna try it this way for a minute. Look at how awesome some of this new stuff is. He's created thumb ports that mesh the stock point to the handle on not only this, but also the strife. His barrel attachments are always top notch, and frankly, like the best print quality consistently of pretty much anybody who's doing this like as a hobby or for a living or whatever. Like, it's really, really great stuff. As we come over here, we have a newish company called Blaster Core, right? I'm getting that right? Blaster Core?
Heck yes.
Okay, so Blaster Core, I don't know, I'm gonna be real. Their workstation looks a lot like my workstation in that it is busy. However, they're making a lot of cool things. They gave me a sample. I'll be making a video on it soon. This is the most exciting thing that they brought, in my opinion, and this is an afterburner that fits onto InStrike tactical rails. They've been trying to get me all day to fire this deploy, which is just spring powering the darts into the Flywheel afterburner, but it never works for me because it knows how many of its brethren I've slaughtered. Thank you guys so very much for sharing this with us. This is cool. Thrilled to have a brand new company here. Excited by all the stuff you're doing. Very, very neat. Woo! Did Aeromech ever show up, or did he just bring his stuff and drop it off?
He's right there. No, he's gone.
Where is he? All right, so there's a Nerfer named Aeromech in the community. He's been making homemade sets. There we go. Here he is. This is my guy, Chris. Chris is Aeromech. He makes homemade Nerf blasters. He brought some of his very interesting stuff. He's also like a rarity. You make one YouTube video every quarter, and it's always really good.
Yeah, I'm trying to pick up the pace a little bit.
But
so we're doing that.
doing some exciting stuff. This is obviously very funky. It's like 3 full homemades in one, and they all fire demolisher missiles. Do you have the triggers linked?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I will show you right now actually firing. I'll go over mechanics so we can go 1, 2, 3.
That's awesome.
How that operates is we have basically a whole lockbox, and you go 1 operates the first sear, 2 operates the second one, pull all the way all 3. Or you do it quick and it does all 3.
Awesome. Chris, thank you so much for being here. You showed up a little late, but I'm thrilled that you're here. It looks like you found the rain as well.
Yep, we went out to get coffee. Thank you so much for having me.
Dude, it wouldn't be no other way. I love having a little bit of NIC gameplay here because it's so focused on humans versus zombies. It's important that between you and Nick, who we'll see later, we are showcasing that there's a slightly higher velocity limit to our hobby, and frankly, it is still my personal favorite. So I don't know how you guys feel about that because you're watching an HVZ video, but NIC play is hot and Aeromech's one of the best. All right. Helping me sponsor the event is none other than Containment Crew. You've seen them in multiple vlogs. I've crashed on their couch, I've drank their libations, and they are some of my favorite people on the face of the planet. They brought a litany of different parts, including, do you have one of the flywheels that I can show people?
They're sold out.
Sold out of the special edition flywheel. So they made special edition.
I didn't even get a pair for myself. It's so sad.
Man, have you guys had a good show?
Yeah, we've had a great show.
Incredible. And they're going to play with us tomorrow, so I'm thrilled to have them here because they're not just an awesome company, they're also a great team of HVZ players. They've been doing it for a long time. Clearly a passion project for them. Go Slow Taco. They make a ton of 3D printed parts, some of their own designs, some of others' designs. they will be selling my design, not my designs, EOC's designs, some of which are branded a la, it's complicated, but it's coming, guys. You'll be able to buy some of the parts that I use soon, and I wouldn't trust anybody else but Containment Crew to do that. They handle the logistics very, very nicely. Don't shoot me in my video. All right, you guys know who Ben is. This is Ben. Every time I talk about clear or resin parts, I'm talking about Ben. This is what he looks like. He's very handsome, very tall, but he's brought a ton of really awesome stuff. So this is his Ethereal Fortress. This is his Seizure Machine. Check that out, the Infinity Mirror. Before he gives this away to somebody who paid an awful lot of money for it, I'm gonna steal it and make a video about it. Like, I gotta get it in front of my camera because this doesn't do it justice. Anyway, he also made a super fancy Raven. He's challenged me for the coolest Stinger Raven around. He might just be winning because this one lights up, but it is heavy. Why is it so heavy, Ben?
There's a lipo in the stock.
That makes sense, so it must be a large lipo. All right, awesome, awesome stuff. So Ben's booth is small in quantity, but high in quality, which is sort of what he's always done. I think he's only on commission 12. It's a lot of impressive stuff from somebody who's only made 12 full blasters. Wow. Nick isn't here right now, but Nick is a big part of Northeast Nerf. I am losing my voice at this point, guys, and I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and keep going and finish the room for you. This is my friend Nick's booth. Nick is a big part of APOC Nerf. Again, I wanted to touch on it briefly. Nick makes homemade Nerf blasters. His homemades are very, very cool. The Wonder Twins, which are people who I am very close with, make those things. I think that his work is really, really good, and I'm thrilled that he is taking over APOC, which is the biggest war in the Northeast, and he's taking that over very, very soon. I will be making a full video on these soon, but Nick told me that he would share some of his work. He told me that this was directly inspired by Sanguine, and I can't think of anything more flattering and humbling than getting to make content about that later on. So, as we move on, this is out of darts. He's not actually out of darts. He has plenty of that sweet headshot ammo. Plug it down in the description below. Luke lost a lot of his packages, so most of his really cool stuff isn't even here, which is a real shame. I'm kind of disappointed by it. All right. Hello, Miss Jackie. Hello, Aiden. This is Team FDL. I've talked about them ad nauseum. I love everything about them. There's nothing more I could say, but check this out. Look at this domino array of just different colors. All these FDL2s. And then what I'm really excited about is they have a fully functional on a turret, RC controlled FDL1 here. This is where it all started, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very cool stuff. I'm thrilled they brought not only the very hot, very popular FDL2s, but they brought the original, the OG, that original gangster with them as well. Thank you guys so much for being here. I know how hard the drive was.
Oh, really wasn't bad.
Because we made it too.
We have a party bus.
They do. They got a huge party bus. So as we're coming through here, this is some loser's booth. He made like a Nemesis and he brought some headshot ammo.
Who's this loser?
Here's Van.
God.
And I do want to talk about this briefly. What an incredible stand for Sanguine. What an awesome gift. I'll never display it any way other than this. It's translucent. It's like a tombstone. If you come in and look at this, it's actually the same hydrographic film that's on Sanguine itself. It's really, really cool stuff. I have no idea where the lovely Draculina got this cat, but now there's a cat on it. Why is there a cat on it?
Because it looks better with a cat on it.
Be-
Everything looks better with a cat on it.
Everything looks better with a cat on it, guys, apparently.
You can't buy my booth.
I did go by your booth and you weren't even there.
I wasn't even here.
This is Nick. Nick, plug APOC. One sentence. Tell people to come to APOC.
APOC, first week in August in New Jersey. Go to Nerf Haven under Nerf Wars to see all the information you need. Be there. It's going to be a ton of fun. Even if you don't have the right stuff, we still want you there.
There you go. Nick is the future of Northeast Nerf. I swear, he's going to bring it back in a big way. It's the right culture and the right attitude about the whole hobby. Nick, thanks for being here, man.
Thank you.
Who's this dork?
If you're expecting a dabble, you don't get it. Oh, wait alive!
Oh no, it's there! Ah, damn!
How's it going?
Alright, so Bobo brought his super cool cone saw, which is his monster blaster. Bobo, tell me one thing about each blaster really quick.
This one's big in last year's thing. This one is the replacement. It's small, but with all the goodness of a rapid strike. Work in progress.
This is one of the best rapid pistol builds I've seen in a while. It's very clean. It does a lot of work. What's this?
Chaos pistol. Basically a chaos with an Apollo grip on the bottom. There we go.
Does it work yet?
Not yet.
Darn, Bobo, come
I
on,
know.
bring me something working.
Stop it. You know Georgia weather's been awful.
Did you
And
get
this-
inspired by Singapore?
all right. In a nutshell, gonna be an overkill long shot with an artifact hunter kit in it and shoot the stuff.
There you go. Bobo brought a lot of whips.
Whips.
Alrighty. This is a really cool booth for me because I've known this company since its very origins. What did you bring to share and show off?
Hey, Nathaniel Deere here from Ammo Counter. Are we live?
Yeah, no, you're not live. I'm recording it and
Alright.
uploading it later. It's
Alright.
worth more that way, I promise.
Alright, so yeah, I've got the Ammo Counter here. You can check it out. Basically, ammocounter.com. You can purchase the M2. Connects on the front here. Change the toggles.
So with each iteration, this just gets easier and better in its user interface. They're really clear. I absolutely love how these things work. You can see here that it is such a small package now. The battery and the display and the controls are all up here, then one muzzle device. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. He's got patches here, so you should have been here, guys. But really cool stuff, showing off how it works. Made a banner for the event. He's got one of the best looking booths of anybody who's been here for their first time. Thank you, Nathaniel. Thank you so much for coming out, man. This is awesome stuff. I'm exhausted, Nathaniel. I told myself, I was like, I'll do the whole room. We're 18 minutes in, my voice is gone, and I'm tired. All right, keep going. Bobo's telling me to keep going. Hello, Fun Blast.
Hello.
What's up, ladies?
Hi.
All right, so they brought eye protection, motor kits. Tell me about the motors. What's the most exciting thing you brought with you?
Fang motors.
Fang motors. Why are they called? Or it could possibly.
I have no idea why they're called fangs.
I don't know.
I know
It was a happy coincidence.
there's no vampire themed nerfers. That's
No, zero. So the Fang motors are actually really hot. I am going to fire this on camera if they'll let me.
Sure.
This is Fang's worker wheels and a flywheel cage. High wheel, open flywheel project version something. Guys, just listen to this. That spin up time is almost instantaneous because these things are torqued to the max. That's some pretty decent thwack that you won't be able to hear over the ambience, but they're also printing Bobo style rev switches. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never liked those. But they exist now if you do, so.
We sold out.
Some people must like them. They're sold out completely. All right. I'm glad you sold something out. Is this a full ammo countered up reticle from 3D print? You guys went through and collected some goodies.
It looked boring, so I had to dress it
Is
up.
this an aluminum release down here?
Yep.
Who made that?
Artifact.
Artifact makes a rapid strike release now, guys. I don't know anything. I'm not plugged into this community at all.
That's got fangs too.
This also has fangs, but here we go. Got there, all right. Foam Blast is a relatively new company. Their shirts look great, their logos look great. I'm a big believer in this one in particular. I appreciate you ladies bringing eye protection out. I love the demo blasters and the motors are hot. I will be making a video about the motors, but I was waiting to get an artifact cage. Whether or not that's correct, I don't know, but I like working with artifact cages. Next. Who are you? What do you make?
I am Alice Kotug. I make all sorts of stuff. I've got lots of blasters I made, but I mostly just 3D print stuff.
And break crossbows.
I do, and make videos, which I'm doing right now.
You're filming me, filming you.
I'm filming, yeah.
Vidception, fellows.
Yeah.
All right, so you came with Brian Hoffer, also known as Buff Daddy, who brought a ton of the new samples with him, which is excellent, so that people at this event can try out the new samples. However, let's focus on Alice's work for at least her fun minute in this video. So, this is a cage, it's brass, it's 3D printed, it's very, very nice. It's interesting because nobody else is doing it quite like this. Alice is currently testing all of her different parts in this. This is what she calls Proto Strife. I've broken it in the past, so I'm not going to play with it too much. The interesting thing about this is that while it looks like a crossbow, these are entirely 3D printed parts, which is pretty cool. It's cheaper in a lot of ways, and you don't have to commit the cardinal sin of destroying my favorite things. So, that is very neat. Alice also has a bunch of really neat stuff. She occasionally does commission work, although it takes a long time.
Granted.
Anyway, this is a rapid pistol. She's upset about the paint job. Paint jobs can be changed. I think that the bodywork in and of itself is immaculate. It's one of the smallest. It's actually very similar to Bobo's rapid pistol, although different in a few different ways. And that's kind of what makes the hobby so very special. Alice, thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you for,
What happened to the Buff Daddy?
I don't know. He just vanished.
No idea, guys. All right, next. Jay Nerf, in a couple of seconds, plug what you do.
Wait, what's YouTube?
What is a YouTube? So, Jay also has a YouTube channel and he also makes things. Jay does a lot of long shot work, I'll admit. And luckily he brought some of it with him. And it all looks really, really good. He's got a Magnus integration down there. Nobody's ever done one of those before. I'm just teasing you, man. Jay's videos are really, really good and his builds are high quality. I highly recommend checking out his channel and I'm thrilled that he could be here.
Thank you.
Plus, he's a really good player and I don't want him to die.
Yeah, I don't want to die this time either.
Excellent. Trying really hard to cover the room. Oh, crap. This is Random Shadow number 9. He didn't even want the booth I gave to him.
I was wearing the booth tag as a name tag this whole time. It's been great.
He's too hardcore. Too
This
hardcore.
guy, yeah.
Thanks for being here, man. So he didn't want his booth, but somebody who did want their booth is Zambona.
Hey,
Zambona,
guys.
you're wearing a shirt,
Yes.
obviously, and your booth, and your blaster, and your socks. Zambona really likes space, guys. So,
Yes.
what do you want to plug? What do you do?
I have fun. I have fun. Shoot you up, guys.
Zambona is a hardcore nerfer. He also has a YouTube channel. It's Zambona, it's like zombie but Ona. Maybe I'll spell. I'm not editing this. It's too. Maybe you'll edit it. Come on. He knows me better than that as well. Your booth looks great. I love how he set up his Nemesis hopper for extended capacity and ease of reloading. He's also the only other person that I've seen so far that's using pods. How many pods can you carry on your loadout?
I can fit 6 in my clip dispenser backpack.
The balls.
Yeah.
The clip dispenser
the balls.
backpack is called the
330
balls.
out of the balls.
Okay.
150 in the blaster.
Awesome. I think my belt holds more. We'll see.
I mean,
It's not gonna matter. Like,
I don't have it on my belt. It's all on my back. I'm away.
fair enough. Out of the way. We did have a documentarian here, but he's taken off a little bit early. I'm very sad that I didn't get to feature them, but the Dart Zone and its entire line was here. Had to take off early. Their chief of marketing had to jettison back to Cincinnati. He had a family engagement, so he was only with us for about 6 or 7 hours. Your booth is very busy, but I'm trying to cover everything. So, there's a lot of cool stuff going on here. This is the gentleman who made Sanguine's stand.
It's my pleasure.
Really? Oh my God. I mean, yours is a work of art. So they match, obviously. He did a ton of great detail work on it. The hydrographic film, the logo, he ripped the font for the name, and he's done a lot of dye work, right? This is your work on the dyed blasters. So he's figured out how to dye clear blasters better than anybody else in the hobby. And I just want to show you that real quick. It's kind of like a rainbow as we go down. They are really nice. And then here's a clear one. This is Paige. Paige is the United States distributor for the Aussie Nerf Turf springs. They're pretty much my favorite springs to use in anything right now, and I don't have to wait to get them from Australia because Paige exists, and he's a really good dude. So that's more or less this booth, but they're still very busy, which is awesome, so I won't bother them too much more. However, this is the Open Flywheel project.
Hey guys, I'm Philip.
The Open Flywheel project is what a lot of these cages have been made of recently. Again, they do have the design that the hooligans are using for their thing, but they're essentially constantly improving open source flywheel cages that suit a variety of different blasters and needs, and it's something that a lot of people for the longest time I felt were trying to close down and make a ton of money off of.
That's why we started.
And
We're trying to open it up and, sell people, get as many distributors as possible. Anyone can print them ourselves, and we offer, we're trying to cover as many different blasters as possible, and also as many different possible cage geometries. So we do everything from 43.8 millimeters, which is stock, down to 41.5 millimeters. So you can really just
for Strife, Rapid Strike, Demolisher, Desolator, Modulus,
Rapid Red,
Raven,
Hyperfire.
Hyperfire.
wow.
Yeah. So the
You
idea is
can keep
basically
going.
We have the Fearless Fire being worked on right now.
Yeah.
Awesome. The long and short of it is that by collaborating in such a fashion and concatenating all of that data and engineering into one place, it's really easy to deliver it to the community en masse, so nobody has to be like, oh man, there isn't a cage for my blaster yet, because they can just adapt it rapidly. They've done multiple like posts on Reddit where they take advice and they just crank these things out in an ordinal of like 30 minutes. Then people revise them and make them better, as do they, and a lot of people are free to print them and solicit them to the community. It's a great service that doesn't get a ton of shout outs, so I wanted to make sure that I covered you guys very well.
Thank you.
One more. I think we have two more actually. All right, who are you? What do you do?
I'm Adrian Kelly of Kelly Industries. So I started out as the first seller of Open Flywheel project cages.
Gee, I wonder why I put you guys next to each other.
Yeah, I know, right? So I also do my own cage designs. I have barricade and stockade cages. I'm working on a Hailfire cage. I do battery doors and motor covers. Yeah, and I also
You've got a lot of different printed parts.
I do, lots of printed parts.
So,
I'm working on a full printed blaster you can see over here.
I was gonna say, this is a fully 3D printed blaster that he's working on. Very interesting design here. Kind of cool. We've got the cage up here, some sort of pusher here, and then the electronics are all located in a switch down here. This is obviously a flared magwell, and I think that it's coming along very nicely. Kelly, thank you so much for sharing what you do with me.
Yeah,
appreciate it. All right, last but certainly not least, we have a professional photographer who's the only person so far smart enough to put like his plug in a place that I can read it easily. So we're thrilled to have him. He's taking professional grade photographs. He's obviously done some wedding work. He's done some really cool stuff. It's all kind of flavored geek, which is awesome. And we're definitely dorks here. So sadly, we're getting a bunch of wash on the laptop here, but I did want to let you know that they're here. What's the best way for people to contact you if they're interested in seeing the photos from the event?
At GeekTog.
There you go.
Right here.
At GeekTog. I featured that already. He's going to be sharing the photos on Instagram. So if you're watching this video right now and you want to keep up with the event, that's where they're going to be. And they're probably going to be the best photos because following me this entire time has been my right arm, my best friend. One of them. I have a few best friends. This is Flying Chicken. And he's been taking a lot of photos. That's going to be a really interesting one. I like that. This is a perfect way to end this segment. No, it won't. It won't. Maybe. Nope. You'll have to see it on Facebook, guys. Sorry. All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this 30-minute look at FoamCon. Wow. Crazy stuff. So, while I was doing my whole walkthrough of the room, I did an awful job of skipping over this fellow. This is Ryan. He's the actual face and talent behind Make Test Battle.
That segment
Just cut into it?
Yeah.
That would require editing, though.
I know.
I don't have a Justin.
It's the trifecta, right?
Oh. If you're good at one thing.
Upload schedule.
Actual content quality.
Yeah, content quality, and then like fan base.
Oh,
right?
Like daggers, he wounds me.
No. Because you don't have to. You get 2 of the 3.
There you go.
Yeah, right?
Just not the quality.
Exactly.
I do upload frequently.
It's simple. Balance your audio.
I can't.
Balance your
Bobo
audio.
keeps needing. Bobo, will you agree to me in front of the viewers and everything to show me actually how to do that thing that you once tried to show me?
Limiter.
Are you
Jack
gonna,
wants him to show how that thing that he does.
Are you gonna help me?
You do know there's this.
They're sold out. I don't know how I brag
show
about
him
them.
the
The
thing that you
Containment
do.
Crew
Drac,
limited edition.
I'm gonna teach you. Drac, I'm gonna teach
Now
you
it's
right now
mine.
on camera. I'm gonna teach you right now on camera.
Okay.
What you do is you go to this thing.
Learn
it's
sign
this,
language.
It's this
No need for
all-knowing,
balancing.
all-being thing called Google. You say how to balance audio, and it says here is how,
He's
my
the worst.
son,
He's
and
the
then
worst.
you learn.
Anyway, I wanted to get a quick shout out to Make Test Battle.
Yeah.
This is easily the person who came the absolute furthest for Endwar. Like, oh my goodness, flew across multiple oceans. So just like programming, I'm a big believer in first in, last out. And even though 3D Print Solid beat me here in the morning, which I'm still like kind of mad, but also tickled to death about, I am the last one here, and I'm finally happy. Like if you guys see this room, it's very clean. Pretty thrilled with it. I think that a lot of people had a good time, but that's just my opinion. I'm sure that there'll be lots of discussion about it. This is all the trash that a bunch of Nerfers made, so I'm actually pretty impressed. Most people are not the cleanest. Hey, Luke's still here. He's out of darts.
And out of iPhone charger.
You're out an iPhone charger? I'm gonna be honest with you, Luke. If that's the worst thing that happened to anybody, I wash my hands of it. Is this your charger? This is for a Nikon. This is the only thing I have in the room. All right, if you're watching and this is your Nikon charger, I actually really can't use it and don't want it because I don't even know which end of a DSLR to hold. So I am very happy with this. Huge thank you to the entire HVZ Nerfing community for being such a great community to put an event on for. I'm going to turn it back over to the university and I'm going to focus entirely now on the game tomorrow. Can't wait. Let's go.